extensive experience with precious metals and has been blessed to have a huge team over 1 million large before. And already in at Cost Metals, she has personally enrolled over 111 as of yesterday. This girl is on fire. And Tammy's motto is live out loud and on purpose. So please join me in welcoming Tammy. Take it away, Tammy.
All right, guys, I am a little casual today, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Let me get settled here. All right, so I just had the most amazing phone call in the world. And I'm a firm believer in putting things out into the universe and and letting the universe take care of it, right? And when I was first started with my old company, I was looking in my back office and we had circles. Okay. Your circle was either bronze, silver, gold, or it was black for VIP, depending on which package you had. But then you had a lot of blue ones, and we called them Smurfs because we had enough Smurfs that were people that came in, joined for free, never did anything. So I remember looking in my back office and just visualizing everybody had turned a color. Nobody was blue anymore. And I just remember thinking, I'm going to build this business. I started out, people are like, how did you do it? How did you do it? I didn't do it. My team did it, right? So I was very, very excited about just starting with one person. And that's what people don't understand. I started with one person, and and that one person brought in another person and another person and another person. And all of a sudden you got 1,000 people on your team. And then you got 2,000 people on your team, then 3,000 people on your team. And then all of a sudden you look back there and there's over 1 million people on your team, and it took a while. But I didn't sit back on my laurels and do nothing. I was working as hard as the person that came in that was trying to get to where I was. Carlito Muhammad, that we're going to hear from in here just a little bit, he reminded me of something I said on stage one day. I said, I may be at this many people on my team right now, but somebody's going to have to take my place. So who's it going to be? Why not you? And so there's been something that I've put out into the universe a little while ago. And again, it doesn't always happen in God's time. I had a call today, right before this, and that's why I was kind of scrambling, to get everything ready for the call. I was contacted by Les Brown's talent manager. You guys know Les Brown, right? Everybody say right. Everybody knows Les Brown. It was amazing. I'm going to be spending 12 weeks with Les, and I'm going to be going to Miami or Atlanta or wherever he is. I have my own talent manager now. And once I graduate the class, I'll be doing speaking engagements, and I'll be being paid for those, and guys, this is not going to take anything away from what I'm doing with that Cost Metals, but this has been a dream of mine for so very, very, very long. One of the things he said, Chris is his name. He says, I don't know what it is, but you just got it. And people are going to love it. And you've got, the look, you've got the voice, we talked for so long. And he says, Les is going to see you. And then he's going to work exclusively with you. And you're going to end up being his teacher's pet. So, let's see what happens with it. Right now, I'm on cloud like 97, not cloud 9. I'm on like cloud 97. So very, very excited. But Antoine, thank you again for being here. My buddy, my friend. I call you one of my best friends. Dawn, thank you so much for hosting and helping me just because I was in a scramble to try to get this done. I was like, please let her be there. We got a couple more people in the waiting area. I just admit it does. But Antoine, thank you again. Whenever you're ready, I think my people are ready for you. And I know I'm ready for you. So go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Tammy. Thank you, Don. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We'll get right to the information. A little bit about me. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, born and raised, and I've been in the industry of direct distribution for over 27 years. For the past 7 years, I've been living in Vietnam, and I was the president of a cryptocurrency company out of Korea. So I've traveled quite extensively all over Asia, 26 different countries, been the chairman of a crypto trading project. So I know this space. I've also lived on crypto, my wife and I, for the past 7 years. 100% we've lived on crypto. The co-founder of At Cost Metals, I've worked with him for the past 4.5 years while I was in Vietnam. Ironically enough, he's from the Dallas Metroplex, and I'm now back in Dallas as of about 7 months. So, of course, he was one of the first people I had a chance to break bread with, kind of embrace, put my arms around, and we've just continued to build this relationship together. I was so thrilled to death when he told me that he was getting back. Notice what I said. He was getting back into the precious metals space. I know over the time I got a chance to build that relationship with him that he had a business before in the precious metal space where they sold $1 billion in precious metal. Living on crypto, I can tell you that everyone needs to diversify into this asset class of precious metals. And the only reason that a person would not do it is the simple fact that they don't understand the math. Their numbers are off. Somewhere their numbers are off because it makes sense based on the numbers that you get into this asset class to some degree. I don't care if you're working another business and you're making fiat. If you're making fiat, you need to diversify a portion of your fiat into this asset class. The numbers show that that's what you should do. And so I'm going to go through this presentation rather quickly to help you understand who we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it, so that you can see how you fit into what we're doing. All right. So welcome to At Cost Metals. 3 requirements to have a successful company: perfect timing, perfect product, perfect business models. We have all 3 here at Cost Metals. Some statements from experts. Dr. Ron Paul, a congressman, he says inflation is a very simple concept to understand. More money, what? Equals less value. And of course, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, he says silver may be the best possible way to build wealth. What's interesting is these quotes are 20 years old, but they're probably more truer today than ever before. So let's talk about reasons why this business model is so timely. Number one, global uncertainty. If you will agree with me that there is some global uncertainty, will you put some fires in the chat? If you agree that right now it's global uncertainty, and understand that that really dictates the stable of a store value. Number two, inflation is clearly winning this war. I don't believe it's going to get any better. I believe it's only going to get worse. Inflation is winning. And globally, the housing market has been affected. Grocery prices are not sustainable. And central banks, they are all printing money at unprecedented rates. And you've got the paper currency, whether you believe it or not, it's going digital. And you've got the BRICS. You've got the Fed now. And of course, the lasting effects of COVID, which has severely affected supply chains. And what's interesting is these are not opinions. These are facts, regardless of one's political views, nationality, or religion. They are facts. So let's talk about why precious metals. Well, as I stated, the wife and I, we've lived on crypto for the past 7 years, but we've never physically held Bitcoin or Ethereum in our hand. Gold and silver holds real tangible value, and you can hold it physically in your hand. So it's time tested. It's not on trial like some people's mindset. It is by far the best product that hedges against inflation, which is why the numbers make sense and inflation is winning this war. It's easily explainable. Even children know that it's good to have gold and silver. And it's relatively stable during times of uncertainty, and it is the best product to be garage qualified. Success leaves clues, and for those of you who are familiar with North America and even China, here's a clue. According to CNN Business, Saturday, December 16, 2023, Costco's, which is a membership only shopping location, which is huge, like a warehouse, probably the size of a couple football fields, 100 yards each. So 200 yards. I mean, it's huge. They sell everything from $2,000 gold bars to rotisserie chicken. So in Costco's, rotisserie chicken is no longer the hottest item. It's $2,000 gold bars. Believe it or not, the gold bars has replaced food. Why do you think that is? We just talked about it. Global uncertainty. And they had what? They had a limit. You couldn't buy more than 3 of the $2,000 gold bars, and they sold a ton of them. That's your first clue. Here's another clue in North America. Central banks, they're all buying gold at record pace so far in 2023. So consumers are putting their money in the bank, and the bank is taking consumers' money and buying GOLD. What do you think is going to happen in 2024? I'm willing to bet they break another record. So let's talk about our business model. We've developed relationships with the largest market makers in bullion and numismatic coins, the 4th and 5th largest in the world. How did we do that? I stated before, the co-founder, whom I've worked with for the past 4.5 years, he used to be in the precious metal space before. He already had these relationships. We own all of our networking software. So we don't have to outsource anything. We're going to give you a website for free. We're not going to charge you a monthly fee for a website. We sell precious metals, bullions at cost to our members. And we're going to pay, watch this now, everyday ordinary people, regardless of race, gender, religion, education, or background, to simply share their membership experience with others. We can manage, we can anticipate the growth, and it has to make sense for all parties involved. So let's talk more about the company. We're brand new. We're in pre-launch, literally days away from launching. So you're hearing about this opportunity while the plane is on the ground, not while the plane is in the air. Although we are in the infancy stage and we are brand new, but we have seasoned ownership and management. These guys, they know this space, they've been in before. So you're boarding the plane of opportunity before we even take off. Everyone has a first class ticket at the sound of my voice because you're boarding the plane before we launch. We're offering true at cost pricing on precious metals and bullion. We have an incredible lucrative compensation plan that will fuel this business model with numismatic as a residual component. So let's talk about the products. We're going to offer the exact same bar as Costco's, but for less. The exact same precious metals, the American Eagles, the Buffaloes, the Morgans, the Peaks, the Canadian Maple Leafs, the South African Cougarins, generic bars and coins, Engelhard, Johnson Matthey, and so much more. As a matter of fact, you can check our website right now, costmetals.com, and you will be able to shop and compare at cost pricing versus some of the other pricing. So what is the big deal and what's the difference between buying dealer direct versus at cost? If you buy dealer direct, you are buying from the dealer, but it has no bearing on the price, but rather refers to who sold it to you. At cost means you pay the exact same price the dealer pays. So at the time the company put together this website, they did a price comparison of what's called a single silver eagle. It's the most purchased coin in the world. And at the time they put this together, our competitors were priced anywhere from $29.90, $21.54. Gold and silver online retailers anywhere from $31.01, $31.24. At cost, $26.48 for the exact same metal. That's a savings of anywhere from 12.4 to 18%. Now, why would you pay 18% more for your gas when you can get it for less? 18% more for your food when you can get it for less. 18% more for your electric bill when you can get it for less. Why pay 18% more for your finances when you can get it for less? Let's talk about the DAP vault. It's a physical vault, and it is one of the most powerful features at cost metals, the ability for customers to buy precious metals incrementally. This is why this model fits and works with everyone, regardless of your income level. You can buy as little as $1 worth of gold or silver, $5 worth, $20 worth. It's totally fine. Even $1,000,000 worth. The amount of metal you purchase is tracked to 0.0001 of an ounce and displayed on your metals page. This means you can accumulate metal at your own pace, the way your budget allows you, trading fake money for real money. Did you hear me? When you understand that you are not spending money when you're trading fake money for real money, that's when the light bulb goes off. That's when you get it because the numbers make sense. All the metal you purchase, it's yours. It's physically held in the DAP vault. You can have it shipped or you can sell it with a click of one button from your mobile device or your computer. If you sell it, your cash amount increases by the sell amount. You can withdraw that money or you can use it to purchase more metal. The choice is yours. Speaking of the vault, let's talk about more of the vault. Well, understand it is the most economical way to service our customers on a global level, proven to be at the highest level of security, safety, and service. The vault is constructed with impenetrable walls, internal barriers. All locks require several methods of verified access before someone can enter. The vault processing has dual control procedures requiring multiple people to perform separation of duties simultaneously. Precious metals are held as bailment, not as deposit or consignment, offering protection to the customers because assets cannot be seized to pay depository debts. Strict proven process to ensure customer precious metals deposits are secure, investor data kept private, to ensure discreet and confidential treatment on all aspects of customers' accounts. We also maintain all risks, insurance, as well as additional policies which cover acts of terrorism. Strict inventory control, real-time reporting available 24/7, expedient processing of shipments, fully insured delivery, international delivery, custom clearance. We're talking about vaults that are owned by the supplier, the fourth and fifth largest in the world, where countries store pallets of gold and silver. Now, if it's good enough for countries to store their gold and silver, it's good enough for you and I. As far as the cost of the vaulting, it's very, very inexpensive. It's based on the value of what you have stored. 0.45% account value on gold bullion, platinum bullion, palladium bullion, 0.50% on silver bullion, and your certified coins, 0.60%. Very, very affordable. Now, what I've just shared with you makes sense. Let's talk about how much is the membership and what are they going to pay people like you and I to share our membership experience with others. There's two membership offerings. The first one is the best choice. It's called the Metals Plus package. What do you get for that? For $399, you will receive 18 months of unlimited at cost pricing of physical precious metals, bullion, and access to the specialty collectible products and access to the DAP trading vault, which, by the way, is an additional $200 value. You also going to receive 3 perfect MS-70 graded numismatic silver coins in that package. The second package offering is the metals package. It's $149. What do you get for the $149? You will receive 12 months of at-cost pricing of physical precious metal bullion and access to specialty collectible products and access to the DAP trading vault. Then we have our $75 Get Ahead monthly program. Again, trading fake money for real money. An MS-70, PR-70, both perfectly graded numismatic silver eagles. Other similar graded coins will be available as well. We have our specialty bullion, where we're going to offer more of a select variety of coins, rounds, and bars from around the world. Below typical retail pricing, it's another great way to broaden your horizon in this space. Let's talk about our compensation plan. We have a binary plan. Bi means two. You're going to have a left team and you're going to have a right team that can pay you unlimited levels deep. We have a direct bonus where you can earn for everyone that you directly introduce. So if someone chooses the metals package, you will earn a $25 direct bonus. If someone chooses the metals plus package, you will earn a $50 direct bonus. You can introduce as many as you like to collect that 25 and that 50 direct bonus. There's also points that will fuel the binary, unlimited levels deep, every time a metals package is purchased. Every time a metals plus package is purchased, those points will flow from the bottom of the tree all the way back up to the top. 30 points on the metals package, 100 points on the metals plus package. And then when people buy the $75 get ahead monthly coin, there's 20 points that will fuel that two-team structure. When someone orders from our specialty bullion, that's anywhere from 1 to 50 points that will fuel that binary structure. Okay. And then we have what's called a cycle bonus. When you have 500 points on your left team, 500 points on your right team, it's called a cycle. Now, remember, these teams are going to grow and it pays you unlimited levels deep points from metals package, metals plus package, the $75 get ahead monthly coin, the specialty bullion. Anytime metal is purchased like that, those points will flow from the bottom of that tree all the way back up to you. And when there's 500 points on your left, 500 points on your right, it's called a cycle, and it pays you a $500 cycle bonus. There will be people that will cycle once a month. There will be people that will cycle once a week. There will be people that cycle once a day. There will be people that will cycle once an hour. And there will be people that will not cycle at all. The choice is up to you. And then we have what's called a matching bonus, 10% match on personal referrals team cycles for ranked at silver or gold. So for example, let's say you personally introduce me and you are at least at the rank of silver. Every time I earn 500 and earn a cycle bonus, you earn a 10% match. 50, 50, 50, 50. And then we have the pot of gold. Have you ever been told as a child that if you can get to the end of the rainbow, you can reach the pot of gold? Here, the company reserved the top position, and they call that a pot of gold. We don't have a master distributor here. We have a pot of gold. We're going to take 50% of those commissions and split it equally amongst all those at the gold rank. We'll take the other 50%, we're going to use that for special promos and events. And once we have too many golds, then we create another position and take that portion and split it amongst all those at the next position. So speaking of ranks, what do we have and how do you get there? Very simple compensation plan. We have 3 ranks: affiliate, silver, and gold. How do you get there? What does it take? Here's a visual to help you understand. Let's focus on affiliate in the blue. You need 1 membership cell on your left, 1 membership cell on your right, and it doesn't matter which one. And they need to be. What's the definition of active? Active is someone who's ordering a $75 coin every single month, get ahead, fake trading, fake money for real money, or selling 1 membership a month. That's the definition of active. When you have 1 and 1 right, you now can earn in that 2-team cycle bonus up to $2,000 per week. Did you hear me? From introducing 2 people. How do you introduce people? Get good at getting them under the spout where the information comes out. This is an informational spout where we're not here to convince people, but we're looking for people who are looking for what we have to offer. 1 left, 1 right, you can max out to $2,000 per week. It's $104,000 a year. If you do a little bit more, they'll pay you a lot more. Introduce 3 membership cells on your left, 3 membership cells on your right. Now you can participate in the 10% match on all of your personal directs, and you would have at least a minimum of 6. Never make your minimums your maximums, by the way, but you would have a minimum of 6. Now, as a silver, you can max out in that 2-team structure up to $10,000 per week. And if you're willing to do just a little bit more, they'll pay you a heck of a lot more. Introduce 6 membership cells on your left, 6 membership cells on your right. Reach down and help one of those 6 become silver on your left and right. Now you can max out up to $30,000 per week and participate in the pot of gold. Now, if the top position becomes gold and the top position maxes out at $30,000 a week, and they take 50% of that, that's 15,000 will be split equally amongst all those at the gold rank. Now, we don't know if that position is gold automatically when we launch, But we know over time, as the company grows, we know that composition income will also grow. So I look at it as like extra gravy, like profit sharing as we grow and have success in the company. Do you know when we flip that switch, there will be people that will max out at the 2,000 for the week at affiliate. There will be people that will max out at the 10,000 for the week as a silver. There will be people that will max out at the 30,000 for the week at gold during that first week of commission run. That means you can too. Some additional compensation information points can begin to accumulate as soon as you are placed into the genealogy, and they can accumulate up to your max based rank. At cost means the price the dealer pays is the same price customers pays. And don't miss this, unused points remain intact. They do not reset after a cycle as long as you are active. What does that mean, Antoine? Let me break it down for you. Remember, you introduce one on your left and one on your right, minimum. Okay. But people know people that you don't know. And as they begin to share their membership experience with others, and then they begin to share their membership experience with others, and those teams begin to grow, those points are accumulating. So let's just say you have 900 points on your left team, 700 points on your right team. Well, 500 and 500, that's a cycle. It pays you $500. But what about the remaining 400 points on your left team and the remaining 200 points on your right team? As long as you're active, they stay. That means you're that much closer to cycle again. If you have 400 points on your right team, that means levels down, on your left team. Levels down on your left team. If one Metals Plus membership is sold, that 100 points flow all the way back up to you, which now will give you a total of 500. And on your right team, where you already have 200 points, if 3 of those memberships were purchased, then guess what? That 300 points flows all the way back up to you, 500 and 500, pays you another $500 cycle bonus, which is why you want to be active. Pay period is Sunday a.m. to Saturday p.m. Eastern U.S. We compress on the direct bonus and the 10% match when appropriate. 75% hard cap commission to ensure the company stays open. Leadership in the field have input on the direction of the company. The bottom line, we're launching because we know there is a better way to do precious metals, and we actually have the best bullion prices and the best compensation plan to prove it. The person that invited you here wants you to be a part of it. 2 types of mindsets here. Share with the person that invited you. Either you have the mindset of a number 1 or mindset of a number 2. Mindset of a number 1 says, Antoine, I don't understand everything, but I understand enough. I'm in, send me your link. If that's you, you get back with the person that invited you, ask them for their link, enroll immediately. Right now, during this pre-launch, you can lock in your position in the genealogy with $25. Did you hear me? $25. That $25 will sit on your dashboard. When the company flips the switch to launch, then you just add to that balance based on the membership you want, and then you make your membership purchase. It's that simple. Because we're so close to launching, some people are already just filling their dashboard with the membership that they want so that they will be ready when the company flips that switch. Okay. Mindset of a number 2 says, Antoine, this looks great. I got questions. Get your questions answered. Make the best decision for you and your family. As I stated before, this is for everyone. Why? Because the numbers make sense. Numbers don't lie, but people do. There's no way that you can beat inflation if you're not doing anything with your money. And if you're not in precious metal and gold and silver, then you're trusting anything in the government. 100% is where you're putting your trust. I've been living on crypto for the past 7 years, I stated, because I didn't trust. And I got a better store value on crypto versus just sitting in the bank. You will get a better store value by diversifying into precious metal. I didn't say all your money, diversify. Diversify to hedge against inflation, which is winning this war. And it's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse. With that being said, I'm going to turn this call back over to our host. Thank you so very much.
Would that be me?
That would be you, Tammy.
So I was kind of thinking last night, and I got to tell you guys a story. And I'm a big storyteller. And one of the things, let me get this off this view. I've got it on. I don't like it. View speaker. There we go. All right. So back in 2020, when everything fell apart with my other company, you know, I went through a lot of stress in my life. And you know, I lost a lot of money, you know, and I always joke I can turn on my computer and go to a screenshot and I'm a millionaire on the internet. I just don't have my money. So um, I had this conversation with some friends of mine last night, and a lot of people would be embarrassed to say what I'm about to say, but I'm not, because it takes you you have to do whatever it takes to keep your life going, right? And so from 2020 to 2021, you know, we had enough to get by on. And I sat around the house and I was just, you know what, mad. I was just mad. And I wanted things to be different. I had the opportunity to go off into another direction and I didn't. And I knew that I could be making 6 figures a month. I knew I might be able to be making 7 figures a month. But, and can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So in my heart, right here, and in my gut, right here, it did not feel right. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing. So I don't know, have you guys ever heard, and you may not have heard this in other countries, there's a couple of companies called Instacart and one's called Shipt. And what people do is they sit at home and they go on their computer or their cell phones and they order groceries. And then you have an app on your phone and you go to your app and it might say, you know, here's an order for Kroger or Publix or Target or whatever. And then you hop in your car and you go buy the items. And you scan the items in. I actually loved it. It was like a little video game to me. You know, I walk into the store and I got a list this long, and then I've got to scan each item till I get to the very end. And then I deliver the groceries to the people, and then I get tips, right? So I did that during the day, and at night I would DoorDash. I would go pick up people's food for them and bring it to them. Now, I was working from sunup to 10 o'clock at night. And I was also, there's an event center in my town, and the people that own it are just beautiful people. And I went to them and said, look, you know I'm at the time 55 years old, probably not what you want as a bartender, but I've got 12 years of experience, and I just need another job because I had to keep the lights on. I had to, the house was paid for. Um, Everything we had was paid for, the cars were paid for, but I needed that extra money. And I was not used to having to go into a grocery store and look at price tags or just not, be able to donate to charity. I wasn't able to do those things anymore. And a lot of people would be embarrassed to tell that story, but I'm telling you that story because I will do whatever it takes to maintain my integrity. And I'm so proud of myself that I had to go through that humbling experience. And when this came along, it was like everything I had done, every single DoorDash order I delivered prepared me for this time. And I'm just very, very excited about that. So I really wanted to share that with you guys to let you know that I'm going to work as hard as you work. When I was with the other company, I had 1 million affiliates. I was still working 20 hours a day. I was still doing everything that I needed to do to make sure that my team was successful. And so, with that being said, I just want to say, just thank you, Antoine, for believing in me, and everyone here for believing in what we have in the palm of our hands, and we have the opportunity to change so many people's lives. So there are a couple people, I got to bring on my people just like you do. So the first person, I think I've already made him co-host. He should be unmuted, and that's going to be Mr. Uwe. Uwe, are you there?
I'm here, Tammy. Can you hear me?
I can have no. So he and I got to know each other pretty well last night on Telegram. We were talking back and forth on Telegram, and I love getting to meet new people, and you were just, it was a pleasure to meet you. I know that we're going to be friends forever, and I just want you to just kind of tell us about your journey so far, where you see at Cost Metals going, and anything else that you want to add.
Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it was indeed a wonderful conversation. It was quite a long time, and I learned a lot from your experience, because there's, I think, very few people that have ever experienced to have a million affiliates in their network. So that's quite something, especially like you just shared, for everyone to see you're just a regular human being like every one of us, not a special attitude. You don't think you're on a pedestal. You do things that everyone else does, right? There's a lot of people right now that are maybe doing this DoorDash and all these other things, and think about if they would be introduced by someone to this. And basically, they are in a similar position that you have been, let's say, the last 3 years, right? Of course, the experience of everything that you did before is still a different story. So as far as myself goes, well, I'm originally from Germany. I lived for 20 years in Canada, and we all live now here globally in what I call the post-COVID world. I used to talk about the post-9/11 world. And I have studied the fiat system, or the central banking system, Federal Reserve System in specific, or in particular here in the US, since over 35 years. When the 2008 crisis hit, a lot of Americans that were, let's say, considered middle class, they found themselves jobless and in a lot of cases homeless. And that is also something that, I mean, I'm not sure how it hits, the rest of the world, but I've talked to a lot of Canadians and North Americans, because I am now in North America since about 20 years. So people do maybe not realize, at least the average person out there, that this was not just like an individual event. Even the things that we have been taught in history about the 20s, when there was the Black Friday and the stock market collapsed, and suddenly people had to line up in soup kitchens and whatnot just to get some food. This is all very closely related to the fiat system, or the central banking system, like I said, which I studied for quite a long time. And you would be surprised that every single war, World War, smaller wars included, every single revolution, French Revolution, Russian Revolution, American Revolution, is tied directly to the central banking system. Most people don't have the passion to study these things, yet they are being raised to chase these fake money, as we talked about, this fake money for most of their lives, instead of taking a step back, hopefully listening to someone that has to tell them maybe a little bit of story, or just can get them motivated to read the book, for example, in the US here, about the Federal Reserve, which is called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's out since, I don't know, 40, 50 years, when Edward Griffin wrote that book. It takes just an hour to go through it in summary, and suddenly you would understand the system. So after 2008, it was in 2017, when I personally was introduced to Bitcoin somehow, or found out about Bitcoin, I wrote the white paper, which is only 9 pages long, and I thought, this is the solution. So like Antoine, who I have lived not a full-time, but close to full-time crypto lifestyle since then. And I have never even looked at gold and silver, because I like the flexibility to travel around the planet. And up to this moment, I have never myself purchased any gold or silver in my life. Back to what I said before, when COVID hit in Canada, I needed, because of the, let's say, the political measures that were going on, I needed to flee the country. After 20 years of living there, feeling wonderful and everything, it was a decision within 1 month. I'm, by the way, here now in Florida. In the US, my wife is an American citizen, so it was easier for me than for a lot of other people. So with horror, I had to watch how the Canadian truckers that were driving in the middle of ice cold winter in Canada, those of you that have been up north or live in northern states know how the winters are, all across that big, large country to Ottawa, to just voice their opinion about things. And people that supported them, their money was confiscated by the Canadian government with illegal measures. That's a maybe more political statement, but they could just do it. And that is something I saw from afar with horror. So with our system here, with our opportunity, you individually, personally own your gold and silver, either when you have it shipped into your own hands and do whatever you want with it, or through our international decentralized vaulting companies. We're not ACM as a company, but you are the owner of that gold and silver. And when you do understand the difference between an inflationary fake fiat money system and what some people would call gold, which is God's money, and you let that sink in, and you look at the compensation plan that Justin has put together, and you have done your due diligence like I did before I joined here. I looked what he did back then by already processing $1 billion with a B dollars of gold and silver. He has more experience than a lot of other companies that have maybe similar models. And so I'm extremely confident in Justin and what he's doing. And that is basically what made the next step when I looked at the compensation plan. I think the compensation plan is one of the best that I've ever seen. I like binary teams because in a binary compensation plan, everyone is forced, if they like it or not, to support their team, because there's only two ways of how you can place your next person, either left or right, and they fall under somebody. And actually they fall usually under a lot of people, which is wonderful here. So it's easier as let's say, as a leader to help your team in this compensation plan. Now, when you look in particular about the compensation plan, it takes only 32 people, if you maximize it, to get to the pot of gold, which is the highest rank in the company. How many companies out there do you know where it takes only a team of 32 people to reach the very top and to share the pot of gold with all the other, let's say, experienced networkers that might have hundreds of thousands or a million people on their team? You need only 32 to share the pot of gold with them. I just posted in here, there are no excuses. Everyone can do this. Even people that live in low GDP countries, like in South America or in Africa, some places in Asia. Because when you think about it, the yearly membership of $149 for a customer's perspective that wants to just buy gold and silver for the cheapest price, why it just makes sense. It's a very unconfrontational conversation to bring up gold and silver. You don't have to explain the product. People are just interested, okay, what does it cost or what does it take? How does it work, right? That's how easy you can basically approach people. So if you live now in a low GDP country where even $149 are a lot of money, you only need to invite 6 people anywhere on the planet and you get $25 direct bonus for that. So if you are a team leader, it should not be difficult to someone that is really willing to teach everyone, no matter where they are, no matter where they stand in life right now. And it's challenging for everyone. The times that we're in very dynamic times on so many levels. I mean, just watch the interview with Tucker that he did with Putin over in Russia, and then maybe some other follow-ups. He was just talking in the World Government Summit in Dubai, I think just shortly after. So just watch these things to get a feeling where we are right now planetary. So this solution to step out of your respective government fiat money, government issued, or however you see how these things come to pass. With gold and silver, you're tapping into something that goes beyond all these systems that you might like, enjoy, or not. This is beyond any religious belief anyone has, any political belief system. What you can do is secure your personal and your family and your loved ones' future in these extremely uncertain times. Nobody knows what is coming. But hopefully many people remember last year when a record number of banks in the US have failed. Silicon Valley Bank, to mention one. The second largest bank in Switzerland, Credit Suisse, was absorbed by the largest one. So these are all signals about the uncertain times that we live in. And to equip someone with securing their personal security with gold and silver is something that I feel very happy about. I feel very proud that I can bring something like this to people. And we're not even selling anything. We're helping people to swap their fake money into real money. That is very powerful. So when you fall asleep at night, remember, if somebody has introduced you to these webinars, to this opportunity, how much power they actually gave in your hands. And if you want to maintain that power, reach out to your sponsor, to your team, to your leaders, and join forces with us as, let's say, the gold diggers globally that want to spread this amazing news to the world. So I guess I I don't know, I got a little bit deeper into it than I thought originally. So back to you, Tammy. Thank you for allowing me to spend more than 30 seconds or 60 seconds.
I told you, take the time you need. So thank you very much for that insightful information. I think a lot of us on the call understand it, but there are people on the call that they have no clue. And it's our job to teach people the right way. So thank you for that very much. My next guest is one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Carlito, and his beautiful wife, Ume. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. Abdul Karim Nadi.
I
How
know
are
I
you,
can't,
Tammy?
I can't do all the syllables. It's Umi. And I love her. Is she there?
I love you too.
How you doing, Tammy?
I love you guys. So just looking forward to seeing you guys in a few months. But again, you know, speak from your heart. Like you asked me last night, what do I say? Speak from your heart.
Okay, well, thank you. First, let me say assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. And I wouldn't be Khalito, I wouldn't be Khalito Muhammad without saying thank God for life and another day to get it right. You all understand that we have got to stand on this platform of doing what is correct and what is right. And we all know, without somebody having to tell us what is correct or what's right, from right in here. It starts right here, right in the heart. Okay. So I want to say that both Tammy and I, my wife, we was in another endeavor, and we actually felt and went through the same process with Tammy. Some of us, the pain was a little bit deeper than others. Some of us, in more ways than one, physically, financially, mentally, and some of us not gonna come back again. Okay, all right. And some of us, was able to strive a little further than others. I made sure by God's grace and mercy that we stayed in contact with our sister Tammy. You know why? Because it's all about relationships. The reason why everybody's here right now is from a relationship. And the relationship that we had with Tammy from day number one was a relationship of trust and respect. And it boiled down to love. And guess what? That's the reason why everybody here is here. Why? Because you trusted somebody, the person that came to you with this opportunity, and you respected that person that came to you with this opportunity. And if you're anything like me and my wife and the Halal Wealth Builders, right? We know that that person that we trusted and that person that we respected would not put myself or my family in harm's way. So it's all about relationships. When it comes down to getting out something that you know is good for yourself, then you want to push it to your family and your communities. Come on, anytime you go to a restaurant and you eat good food, right? You can't wait to tell somebody else, man, go over there. Don't go there. You're going to give that type of thing to do. So what you want to do, we want to do is just keep everybody pumped up for something that we feel is good for us. So I want to say that my wife and I and our Halal Wealth Builders, we actually have been living off of silver and gold and precious metals for the last 6 years. When I say living, I'm talking about buying food. I'm talking about paying rent, mortgage, whatever the case may be. It was from gold and silver for the last 6 years. But guess what? Somebody came to us that we loved. Somebody came to us that we respected with an opportunity to do all of that and get all of the metals and them silvers and them golds at cost. It was a no-brainer. We couldn't wait to tell everybody that came into our view, into our listening, on everything. Look, you have got to do this. Why? Because outside our doors, the economy we saw on our TVs, on our internets, we saw what was happening with that dying dollar bill, and we know what's coming in effect right now. So if somebody can give it to you at cost, then we need to make it happen. And don't tell me you don't have the money, because I started in this industry off of a fixed income. I'm a disabled veteran. Am I hyped? That's right, I'm hyped. Why? Because we with at-cost metals, and we got the band back together, like Tammy said. What? People were spread all over the place, right? And they spread all over the place, and then guess what? Somebody gave me a call. Somebody that I respected, loved, and trusted. It didn't take me the 9 minutes to look at the video. It take about 2 minutes to look at the video. I called him back and was like, what do I need to do? See, I love what our brother Antoine says. Listen, yeah, it's for everybody. But you know what we want to do? We want to give it to those that want it. Give it to those that want it, and be the example for those that think they don't want it. Because what I say, always like to say too, what I always like to say too, is that my mentor used to say, listen, from pain or for pleasure, they're gonna come. All we have to do is get ready when they do come. So lastly, I want to just thank Ms. Dawn for being our host. Thank you for hosting all of these events and things of that nature. I want to thank Brother Og for your for letting everybody know what it is that it is when it comes down to the network marketing, when it comes down to the precious metals, and the day of society as well. Brother Anton, you know, some things don't have to be said to be understood. Thank you for the beautiful presentations that you have and always give to us, you know, and I gotta thank my rock, the one that keeps me pushing, my wife, Abdul Karim Munadi Muhammad. She might want to say a few words. Oh, she's just saying, hey, she loves you. She's on the phone right now. Guess what? Signing people up. So what we want to do, we want to make sure, everybody, that listen, don't cherry pick. Don't cherry pick. Why? Because this is a pre-launch. When is anytime anybody has been, I don't care if you've been in like Tammy, 1 million, right? Guess what? my wife and I had the pleasure of having 10,000 plus out of that individual endeavor as well. Well, guess what? We can just start by one. Just like Brother Anton only says, you only need that one. That one can bring $100,000 to your business. So don't cherry pick. Ask everybody because they need it. They just don't know they need it yet. Thank you so much, Tammy, for allowing me this opportunity. I want to let everybody know that the Halal Wealth Builders are having our own push, a family reunion type of thing here in Tampa. Everybody knows it. And if you're a part of Tammy's organization, guess what? The door is open. Brother Anton is going to be there. Tammy's going to be there. Brother JD is going to be there. Brother Troy is going to be there. So if you'd like to come, get with Antoine, and let's make it happen. Thank you so very much. And let's keep pushing. Keep pushing. Even after the launch, keep pushing. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, especially after the launch.
Especially after the launch.
Especially. We need to push now, but when we get that gold and that silver in our hands and we get live on Facebook and people go, oh, maybe they weren't kidding. No, we weren't kidding. Bring it on. We got you. All right. So I know that a lot of people know one of my dear and near friends from Cape Town, South Africa. I bring him on many times. He helps me so much with things that I need. He is just a fantastic person. I know that all of you are going to get the chance to meet him because he'll come to the US. But guess what? We can go to Cape Town too. It's beautiful there, guys. I've never been to a place that I loved so much. So Isaac's going to come in for a couple of minutes. He's going to do his testimonial, and then he's going to take us out with the song. And I want you guys to stay on. And I want you, the words are going to be on the screen. And I want you to listen to the words because this song means a lot to me. I know, Isaac, I told you only play the first 2 minutes. However, Antoine, or sorry, Isaac, take it away. Play the whole song. If you guys want to leave, you don't want to hear a song, that's fine. But I want that energy in this room and just listen to what the song says. Isaac, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me, Tammy?
I can hear you.
Thank you so much. I first of all want to say thank you, Miss Tammy, once again for bringing me on. It's really always an honor. Brother Antoine, man, I don't think we all ever gonna do the presentation ever again because you just knock it out of the park. let's give you that. Guys, would you please give this man a 5, please, in the chat box, just to say thank you for always bringing the fire. Come on, guys. They're giving you a 10. I just asked for a 5. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Don. Man, I was actually telling somebody that I need to get I have been in the United States twice already. So I got to get to the American Embassy once again to say, hey, I need to renew my visa because I have family to meet in the United States very, very soon. Again, as Ms. Demi said, either I come to you guys or you guys come to us, but I am not by myself. I'm with a super powered up team. And guys in Cape Town, in South Africa, thank you so much for being here. Brother Carlito, it's like I can see you and your wife, you know, while you were speaking, because I have met you guys in Atlanta, Georgia, once I think about three years ago.
Yes, sir.
Really, I cannot wait to see you
yes,
again.
Sir.
And I thought I was tall. This guy is, you know, he's tall. You made me feel so short. Absolutely a pleasure to hear once again, you know, your testimony. It's really amazing, amazing. Don, thank you for hosting. Super lady, I cannot wait to meet you as well. And guys, really, I have had some people coming over at my place and always speak about, and especially for us who are, I don't know how it feels for you guys who are 50, 60, 70. But when you get to 40, you just feel like, it's right now it's do or die. Actually somebody sent me a poster that say, I want to apologize to everybody who I said you are old when they were 40 while I was 20. Now I'm 40. I feel like, well, the time has come, and you just want to pull all your muscles together. And guys, there must be a vehicle to take you to your dreams. And HCM is it, I believe. For myself, as Miss Tammy say, we are just pulling all the muscles together again, and we're gonna do it again. Miss Tammy had a huge team of plus minus 1 million people, and I had the privilege to have about 30,000 of those in my team. So we really putting the house back together. As Brother Carlito said, I think for us, we're really starting a band. We're glad that our mommy went around, shopped around, and she came back to say, hey guys, I've got something for you, and this is it. I think for me and everybody here in Cape Town in South Africa, I'm sure we are really excited. I keep on telling Miss Tammy, Mr. McBay, do you think Mr. JD is ready for us? I always tell her that, like, do you think he's ready for us? Because we're so ready. I have never been ready, like crazy ready. So
He's ready.
to all,
He's ready.
right, you just confirmed that. High five to you, my brother. Really, we need that. There's no time for joke, especially for us who are 40, and we feel like time is of essence, and it's Pastor Monroy. If you guys know him, Miles Monroy, he said success is a matter of urgency because you just never know when the Lord calls you home. This is urgent, guys. You don't want to be here and say, if I can just make some money for petrol, or as you guys call it in the United States, for gas for my car, if I can just pay my rent. No, you have a vehicle that literally can give you a 5-bedroom house. You have a vehicle that can make you drive the car of your dreams. You have the vehicle to literally get you to places where you never thought you would never be. I mean, for me, I have been in Dubai. I've been in the United States 2 times. I live in South Africa. I am not even from South Africa, but I had so much success with a system that was a little bit really hard to get to there. But this one is like, it's plain. 3 levels or 3 ranks, that is doable. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Miss Tammy, once again, thank you for for allowing me to be on the call. I actually switched up the song because I actually already had the song. The one that you sent me is not the copy that I'm playing, but I'm playing the one that I already had. We were in the business before, so I have the song already. So I'm going to play the song that I already had, and the words are still the same. And as Miss Tammy say, guys, really, it's time. As I always say, there is no secret to this for you to be successful in this system, in this vehicle. Always remember, acquire a lot of gold and silver, tell a lot of people, and you're definitely gonna make a lot of money. Thank you, everybody. And here is the song